Man, does this guy have zero understanding of the design. Zero. He's an ass. A cavernous asshole. F him. I don't like him at all. Thumbs up emoji. When you make a video on cursed horrible guitars and one of the guys involved in making one of those cursed horrible guitars sends you a DM with this screenshot of a conversation you had regarding that video you made, you know you gotta go back in for round 2. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're revisiting the guitar gallery from hell to check out another batch of completely terrible guitar abominations. Let's get to it. World's first takoyaki guitar created in Japan. Features a gas grill and octopus balls. Takoyaki are fried balls of octopus. A guitar is a 6-string instrument descended from a lute. At no point in the storied history of these two things has it ever made sense for them to merge, but here we are. I mean, they went all out with the details here, so props to them. There's an octopus leg on the fretboard, the LED lights mimic the grill flame, and the tuning machines are octopus balls too because, hey, why not? You'd think that the guy who goes by Samurai Guitarist would be all for any type of weird Japanese guitar crossovers, but yeah, I don't know about this one. Apparently this horrific thing was on the Chicago Facebook Marketplace. 1918 American-made World War I Stratocaster used in combat for $15,000. You know, something's not quite adding up here. I'm not a historian or anything, but I'm pretty sure the Americans were using Schecters in combat back then. Or was it Kramer's? If you know the answer to this, leave me a comment. And how about this one? For $900, you can get a guitar with a fairly intricate man-pointing gun at unarmed man, but looks like he's gonna miss him by a foot even though he's not far away at all. Finish. Did the builder really consider the demographics here? Does the kind of person who want a Wild West scene on their guitar also want a shredder guitar with a Floyd Rose? I feel like this project might have been better suited for an acoustic guitar or telly or something like that, but hey, what do I know? And my goodness, the fellow pointing the gun has quite the haunted look in his eyes. It's like he's staring off into the distance, reflecting on the road in life that led him here. It's not the first time the sheriff has been in this position, and it won't be the last. It's never easy, but at least the whiskey will silence the memory. All right, let's take a second here to check out something that I would say is the opposite of a completely terrible guitar abomination. My new merch design, the guitar playing anime samurai. This is one of my favorite designs, executed perfectly by the amazing Alan Richard. I've got a variety of colors and sizes available over at shopsamuraiguitarist.com. Picking up some of that sweet, sweet Sammy G merch is a great way to not only support what I do here, but if you wear one of these shirts into a guitar store, there's a small chance that somebody will come up to you and say, hey, that's a pretty nice shirt. And I feel like that would be a cool experience. Check out the new collection as well as some of my other designs over at shopsamuraiguitarist.com. Links in the description. Anyways, let's get back to it. Next up, we have a bacon steak guitar cake with teeth for tuners and an apron that says cooking rocks. Can you imagine calling up Baskin Robbins and ordering this monstrosity?
Baskin Robbins, how can I help you?
Yeah, hi. Sorry, this is totally last minute, but I'm headed to a birthday party and I kind of forgot that I was supposed to bring the cake.
Okay, are there any nut allergies?
Well, he loves guitar. He loves grilling. So could we do like a guitar made of meat, bacon and steak?
Sir, we have...
He's also a dentist, so maybe we could make the tuning machines look like teeth. Yeah, and we also definitely need to have Happy Birthday Joseph in there somewhere, maybe on guitar picks. Guitar picks made of bacon, and could this be done in like 10 minutes?
Yeah, we can do that.
This has now got me wondering, what happens if I Google meat guitar? Oh, there's a number of options here. Apparently this mashup is a lot more common than I would have thought. Like, how about this one? A brisket Les Paul. I have a vegan buddy who has an irrational hatred of Les Pauls. This is his nightmare. And here's a YouTube tutorial on how to make a bacon-wrapped classical guitar. Weirder things went viral back in 2012 when this video came out. In an alternate universe, this is an extremely popular piece of pop culture that shaped the landscape of YouTube guitar for years to come. Ooh, steak burst finish on this one. Nice marbling. Looks like maybe a ribeye, and I'm thinking the darker color might suggest some dry aging there. Stick this thing in the sous vide at 130 for an hour, quick sear in the cast iron, and this guitar is gonna melt in your mouth. I feel like you could Google any word followed by guitar and you're gonna find something. Let's try this. Ha! This is way more wholesome than I expected. Still a terrible guitar abomination, but I was expecting this. I feel like we might be jumping the shark a bit with these guitars, and maybe we need to reel it in a little bit and check out some horrible guitar mods. But before we do that, can anyone tell me why there are so many guitars that look like sharks out there? This is absolutely not necessary. But anyways, let's crush out some awful mods. I'm trying to figure out what could possibly be the benefit of trem springs daisy chained onto each other in a needlessly big cavity. Not to mention, it looks like there's a gaping hole routed around the bridge. You ever cut your own hair and then accidentally take a little too much off one area, and so then to even it up, you cut a bit more off another area? This is a mess, so you just keep on cutting until you eventually look in the mirror and realize you straight f***ed it. I feel like this guitar is that, but in guitar form. You don't see a lot of 90-degree angles on guitar bodies. You also don't see a whole lot of plywood. Disclaimer, you're about to see a terrible series of pictures. Tell me what you think this is. Is it maybe a Strat neck from 1963? Maybe a Telly? Nope, it's a golf putter now. This is clearly a Photoshop. It makes me kind of nauseous, but is it bad that I also kind of really want to try it? To wrap up the segment on bad mods, let me tell you a story from the guitar store I worked at. There was a guy I worked with who had owned one of those Gibson Black Beauty Les Pauls that he had bought in the 60s. He loved this guitar immensely, but at one point was in a tough financial time and he had to sell it. A guy he knew bought it, he thought it was going to good hands, but then a little bit later, my buddy gets a call from this guy inviting him over to check out what he was up to with this guitar. Now it turns out the new owner had routed a massive cavity in the back to install a MIDI system in it. And I will tell you, as my buddy was telling me this tragic tale of his old Les Paul, he had the exact same look in his face as the cowboy from the guitar that we looked at earlier. Moving on, here's a kid's guitar with former President Donald Trump riding a tank looking like he also lost about 75 pounds. Truly horrible in absolutely every respect, this is the musical equivalent of the dumpster behind the Olive Garden at Times Square. And to jump across the political aisle, this American flag guitar signed by Joe Biden is listed for $4,000. The same guitar without the signature is $100. A Joe Biden signature alone is $250. So we've got an accounting discrepancy for $3,650 here. Selling these cheap garbage autograph guitars on eBay is a massive scam. Not quite the level of the YouTube comment scam where somebody pretending to be me asks people like you to reach out to them on Telegram or WhatsApp, but yeah, it's still a scam. And last for today is an aquarium with 2 goldfish made out of a translucent guitar. I hate this guitar more than anything else we've looked at today. I had 2 goldfish, they were named the boys, and while they were by no means capable of advanced thought, they were slightly more than the brainless blobs people give them credit for, and animals like this certainly do deserve a humane existence. This is way too small. You need a filter, you need to change the water regularly, and you need to provide them with a surrounding much more stimulating than this tiny glass bubble. If you do, you might get many years of beautiful memories with your goldfish like I had. Or they might also have a ton of babies, which they then proceed to eat to the point where they get bloated and really sick. Animals can be fucking brutal. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, another round of guitar monstrosities. I wonder who I've insulted with this one. Don't forget to pick up some of that new merch. The old school anime guitar playing samurai is now available over at shopsamuraiguitarist.com. Thank you all for watching, and an extra big thank you to everyone who supports my channel through Patreon. If you want to check out another video like this one, hit that link up there. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and stay tuned for a wide range of music related content. Till next time, look after yourselves, look after each other, look after the planet. I'm Samurai Guitarist, and I'll see you again soon.